Hey everybody, Ludi Loco here, and welcome to my review of Pokemon Redemption. Before we begin, I know that there's only one thing on your mind, and that is whether this game, or Rom Hack, is worth your time. The quick answer is yes, but let me give you the reasons why. Here's a quick list of the features to get you excited. Go ahead and pause. Once you've finished, move on with the video. With this review, and any review moving forward, I'm going to be focusing on 4 things. Those 4 things being story, difficulty, gameplay, and features. First up is story. Now, Pokemon Redemption is essentially Pokemon Platinum. From the characters to the events, everything is essentially the same. The only notable change here is the dialogue. Barry comes off more aggressive and arrogant. I don't mind it much, but it could become grating to play through. Now, these changes could be considered edgy as well, but if there's one thing to understand about Pokemon Rom Hack, it's that every one of them has a little bit of edge one way or another. It's part and parcel of Rom Hacks, people. You just can't swing a cat without hitting an edgy Rom Hack. Oof. The point is, don't expect much in terms of story. You might like Mr. Redemption's humor, or you might not. Humor is subjective, and at the end of the day, you and I are here to play a good Rom Hack. I'm not trying to fucking read Shakespeare. With that out of the way, next is difficulty and gameplay. Now, in terms of difficulty, Redemption introduces a lot of changes that ups the game and makes things interesting. From changing Pokemon types, stats, and availability, you are given lots of tools and ways to prepare to tackle this game. Now, it isn't a Radical Red or Emerald Kaizo, but it's not a complete cakewalk either. A ton of Pokemon have become rebalanced to give them some actual use and an opportunity to shine. Ledian is a good example, as it's been transformed from its mediocre self into a beast of a bug fighting type that you'll want to keep on your team. Another example is Arbok, who has received lots of love and even a new form, with updated stats and serene grace. Let me tell you, Arbok turned into a monster with its unique poison psychic type. Evolution Soroboro, a play on Ouroboros, not only looks gnarly, but is badass to use in battle. You'll love it. Then there are the changes like making Psyduck Water Psychic, Luxray Dark Electric, and Flygon Dragon Bug. Just make sense and make them fun to use. Come on, Game Freak, you could have done this, but you didn't. Mr. Redemption had to do it for you. Then there are strange changes like making Roserade a Grass Electric type, or changing Gyarados into a single evolution line with just Dragon as its only typing, and making Magikarp evolve into a Dragonite, which are, just plain strange. But they're still pretty enjoyable and add a unique mix into the game. As with any ROM hack, there are also some pretty questionable changes, mainly for me taking away stats from Pokemon like Garchomp, Dragonite, Typhlosion. My question is why? Why lower their stats? Garchomp has had his speed reduced, and he's basically no longer a pseudo-legendary, because his base stat line doesn't equal 600, and neither does Dragonite. And Typhlosion has had his reduced by 10. It just doesn't make damn sense. It's probably the oddest change, and one that I'm personally not a big fan of, and you probably won't be either. Now, every trainer from Barry to Cynthia have been given new teams and strats, and they make use of all those changes to make the game interesting for you. If you've seen my Nuzlocke, you'd have seen the interesting teams that the notable trainers use. If not, pause right now and check it out. I know you'll enjoy it. If you're still here though, shame on you. Seriously. Shame. Oh, calm down there. I was just kidding. You don't have to watch it. Just keep watching this wonderful review, why don't ya? Boy, do I have fun with myself sometimes. Nope, not in that way that you think. Anyways, bad segue from there. These changes will have you doubting yourself left to right. For example, with Roserade now being a Grass Electric type, bringing in flying types into battle isn't the best thing to do. And thanks to Charge Beam, Roserade can become a real threat not only to your flying types, but the rest of your team as well. Another example of this is Fantina and her downright frightening Misdreavious. With its Life Orb, decent special attack stat, psychic ghost typing, and powerful moves like Judgment, a fight can quickly turn the other way, believe me. Believe me, I know. First time I play the game normally, complete and utter wipe. That thing wiped the floor with me. However, as with any game, you are given tons of tools to tackle the difficulty head on. There's a lot of availability in terms of what Pokemon you can catch. Doing a mono-type challenge won't be difficult, as every type is given its spotlight. Add the many balance changes that have been introduced, and any Pokemon that you catch is basically viable. You just have to make it work, baby. So that means if you're doing a Nuzlocke, normal run, normal playthrough, whatever it is you're trying to do, wedlock, baby lock, pseudo lock, I don't know. You're gonna have a pretty good time, okay? Now, speaking of challenges, probably the biggest change in challenge is the addition of the sound type. Instead of the fairy type, sound is here, and it's a change that I really like. I think it fits the Pokemon world well, and there are lots of Pokemon that fit that type, and they have been updated to match. Explode, of course, is a good example, as well is Chetot. Now, you're asking yourself, well, Ludi, how exactly does that work? Well, with this terribly made chart and this explanation that I'm about to give you, sound type is effective against dark, echolocation anybody, water, sound sends ripples through water, and psychic, loud sounds can disrupt thinking. It's immune to itself because if sound were effective against sound, then there would be recoil. As for weaknesses, electric, shock disrupts sound, and bugs. Bugs don't really have ears now, do they? Of course, read the chart. It's far better in explaining it the way that I do, but it gives you all the resistances as well, like ice. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good change. The only issue of it being added is that I would have liked to see it more. Only 18 Pokemon have the type, so a little bit better distribution would have been better. But it's new, it's cool, it makes you rethink the way you play, and some of the major trainers do use them. Overall, a pretty damn good change. Now, for what I don't like about the difficulty. In terms of difficulty balance, it's a spike, and not the best. Of course, this all depends on the Pokemon you've caught, how you've prepared, and how you approach the battle. If you go in all willy-nilly, chances are you might have a hard time. If you prepare, your chances improve. Well, duh, of course. Now, Rourke isn't much of a threat, but Gardenia could be devastating, and Fantina seems to be the devil incarnate. From then on, the other gym leaders and bosses aren't too much of a threat, but of course Cyrus could give you trouble, and some of the commanders, are dangerous, so watch yourself out there. But for any of the gyms going forward, I didn't really have too much trouble, except for Candice's Dragonair that knows Tail Glow. You need to kill this thing immediately. If you do not, you will get swept really fast, really easily, because this thing is fast. And all it takes is one Tail Glow, people. You're dead. After you see one Tail Glow, you're dead. If you see two Tail Glows, that's it. The game's over. Just quit. Just quit. Your run is over. Now, of course, if you come prepared, things turn out differently. If you come prepared, if you have items, you have your strat already, you got your whatever's coming in with an Intimidate, and you're going all Smogon mindset, then battles will go for far easier for you than it will be for anybody else. You make do with the tools that you get, and if you put those tools to good use, well, anything that is a challenge becomes possible. Personally speaking, I would have liked to see a little bit more Pokemon with the gym leaders. You have pretty much all the way to Byron. They all have 3. Then Candice has 4, and I think Volkner has 4 as well. It's pretty normal. That's how the game is made. Platinum has the same variation of Pokemon with gyms, but I would have liked to see some more Pokemon, at least starting with Wake or at least Maylane, just to up the challenge a little bit, get you thinking, get that brain juice churning, make you want to be like Pokemon challenges. Otherwise, the game has a lot of solid gameplay, and the difficulty varies depending on you, so get to it. On to the last category, features. For features, Redemption introduces a lot of quality of life changes to enhance gameplay. Of course, the one feature is no trade evolutions. Instead of trading Graveler, Magmar, or Kadabra, you either just level them up like Kadabra, who now evolves at level 33, or you level up with a specific item like Magmar, who just has to hold Magmarizer to level up. This is, of course, always a very excellent change. I love it. Another neat feature is items. Usually to get items, certain berries, it can become a hassle. Well, in Redemption, every wild Pokemon that you encounter has an item guaranteed. Guaranteed, ladies and gentlemen. That is 100%. Every Pokemon has an item. From Caterpie to Tropius, every capture equals an item. Like a zoom lens with Caterpie, berries like a Kelpsy berry with Gold Up, and even TMs like a TM53, which is Energy Ball, which is held by a Trico. Side note, you can catch many of the starters in the first few routes, but they are very, very rare. So get to hunting. However, you don't just have to catch them to get the item. Mr. Redemption, the creator of this wonderful ROM hack, has given you many tools to farm items, such as the Dark-type move Mug, which steals item, the Normal-type Covet, which does the same, and Trick, well, as you might have guessed, switches items. A really good Pokemon for this is Meowth, which you can encounter in the first few routes. It is absolutely amazing for farming. Now I know what you're thinking, well, Ludi, if I can farm every damn item in the game from Pokemon, why do I need the Pokemart? What happens there? Well, wise ass, let me tell you something. Don't you dare disrespect me in my video. But well, to answer your question, the economy of the Pokemon world has been enhanced. Everything just costs a hell lot more. Inflation has hit Pokemon in ways that we haven't seen before, and Pokeballs are costing 500 Pokedollars, and suddenly I can't afford a soda pop. This means that, well, you could theoretically just farm Zoomlins from Caterpie to make money. You'll have to spend a damn long time to, well, get any money. For me, it's a change that I absolutely love, and I think it's unique. It had a great effect in my Nuzlocke run. Hint, hint, go watch the video. Another excellent change is the speed up. If you might remember, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, as well as Platinum, were pretty slow games. I mean, you've already seen the video by now. A dude hits a Chansey, and the Chansey takes ages to die. Well, this isn't the case. Frame rate has been unlocked, but not in the way that you think. It's not 500%. It's been marginally improved in a way that makes everything faster, from battles to just the outside of the overworld. It's great, and it doesn't jeopardize the way you play. I think it was fantastic. Of course, I'm still a freak. I value my time. I hit that 500% like but it's an excellent change, and it just really ups the pace. There are, of course, other cool changes, like a lot of TMs are available at the big old shopping center. You can get Protect, Reflex, all that for a relatively decent price. So if you need to prepare for a battle, well, those items are readily available. You then, of course, also have other features like Farmable Rare Candies. Of course, with you being able to get any item from a Pokemon, you can just farm rare candies from Dittos on Route 218, which really saves a lot of time, because let's face it, grinding, it's mind-numbing. But hey, at least you get to watch the Sopranos on the side, right? There are also a lot of cool new moves like Atomic Breath, which badly poisons on hit and deals a significant amount of damage. There are also changes to existing moves to make them more interesting, which is always welcome. And that's pretty much it for the review. These reviews, I want them to be fast and quick, so you can start playing these games, because they're amazing. You should take the time out of your day. These games are wonderful. Now, this is all based on the latest patch, which is 2.5. Some changes are still planned, such as giving Shuckle new evolutions based on held items like a nugget. So stay tuned. With all that said and done, thank you for watching my video. Drop a like, comment what you found interesting about the changes, subscribe for more, and be sure to give Mr. Redemption, the creator of this ROM hack, all your love, as he was the man who made this a reality. I'll be putting his Discord and the more detailed Redemption documentation at the bottom of the video description. Follow his Discord and download this wonderful ROM hack. You'll of course need a ROM hack emulator like this Mume, so check it out. And that's pretty much it. Thank you and have a good day. Adios.